hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you today? I hope you're fine, I really do, really do, really do. I hope you're fine, I really do. Hope you're fine today. สวัสดีค่ะสบายดีไหม Hello, how are you? I hope you're fine. I really do, just like it says in the song. I'm so happy to see you here for story time this week. Today, boys and girls, I am really excited to read the story that I have picked for you to hear today. But before I do, I want to remind you that the more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books, read small books, read short books, read tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Oh, you guys are getting really good at singing that song. You want to do it one more time? Okay, here we go. Ready? The more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books, read small books, read short books, read tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. I tell you right now, I am so happy to be reading books with you today. Now, I will tell you guys, I have to look over here in my notes real quick. When I was thinking of a story to read to you today, and you know I've chosen it, so I'm super excited to read it. But when I was thinking, what story should I read today? I remembered that I really enjoy stories where the author used their imagination to make something unexpected to happen. And it made me think of the story I read a couple weeks ago by an author who wrote about cows that could type. I'll tell you right now, before I had read that book, I never even thought that there would be a story about cows that could type. If you were here for story time with me, you'll remember I just thought that was hilarious because it's not something you would expect. And I really enjoy when an author just really adds a lot of interesting detail and flavor to a story. It makes me want to read more and more and finish the book. So today, before I reveal the story that I'm going to read to you today, I have a song that is going to be kind of like a clue for the upcoming story. If you will do me a favor and stand where your feet are, yes, perfect, and join me in this song. As I told you, it is new, but I have been practicing it a little bit. So I do need my glasses though, because I did write down the words in case I got stuck. Do you guys ever do that? Like you're not sure, so you write it down? That's how I remember things sometimes. Make a list. Yeah. Okay, anyway, the story is called, well, it's about animals in the barn, okay? And so, a little bit of a clue right there, right? All right, there are a lot of different animals in the barn, but on a farm, let's say that. And so what I did was I didn't use all of them, I just used some of them. So these animals are clues. They're going to be characters in our next story, but they're clues as to who you think or which animal you think is going to be the main character, meaning the character that the story is mostly about. Okay, here we go. You're standing going. Can we sing this song? Sorry. Okay. This song goes to the tune The Wheels on the Bus. Have you ever heard that song? Okay, well, if not, it's okay. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. You guys know this animal? Yes, it's a cow. Very good job. You know the sound they make? They say moo. Okay, here we go. The cows in the barn go moo, 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 moo. The cows in the barn go moo, 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 all day long. Next, animal. A hen. Yes, they say cluck. Very good. The hens in the barn go cluck, 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 cluck. The hens in the barn go cluck, 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 all day long. Good job. You could even act like some of these animals if you wanted. The pig. Yes, they say oink. Very good. The pigs in their pen go oink, 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 oink. The pigs in their pen go oink, 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 all day long. You know what this one is? Duck. Good job, guys. The ducks in the pond go quack, 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 quack. The ducks in the pond go quack, 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 all day long. Okay, so there's your clue, a little song clue. All right, now, before you sit down, don't sit down yet. I have one other new song that is going to get us ready for story time. It's brand new to me, so be patient, but it's really fun, I thought. It's called Ready for a Story. Are you guys ready for a story? You're like, yes, today please. Okay, it goes to If You're Happy, the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It goes like this. If you're happy and you know it. I have to kind of get the tune in my head. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Okay. If you're ready for a story, find a seat. If you're ready for a story, find a seat. If you're ready for a story, check your hands and check your feet. If you're ready for a story, find a seat. That's it. Isn't that fun? Okay. One more time. Okay. All right. Let's do a little motions. Here we go. If you're ready for a story, find a seat. If you're ready for a story, find a seat. If you're ready for a story, check your hands and check your feet. If you're ready for a story, find a seat. That's me finding a seat. Okay, find your seat. Did you already find one? Nice job, guys. Okay, so the story today, I got the idea for today's story from a story I read a couple weeks ago, as I told you. The story I am going to read today is called, here it comes, another clue, by the way, as to which animal is going to be the main character. It is called Giggle Giggle Quack. Do you remember which animal said quack? Oh, let's look. Let's double check. Oh, okay, I won't. You guys are like, don't tell him. Let him figure it out. Okay, I won't put it up yet, but some of you know. Okay, good. Okay, that might be the character that the story is mostly about. Let's see. Giggle Giggle Quack by Doreen Cronin. Pictures by Betsy Lewin. This is the same author who wrote the book Click Clack Moo, Cows That Can Type. And I just remembered we had such a fun time with that story, and I really enjoyed laughing with you. So I decided, let's read this story too. It's very funny. Giggle Giggle Quack. Let me show you the cover. The cover's also kind of a clue. Look. Giggle Giggle Quack. Yep, there's the cows, there's the pigs, there's a hen, but there's that duck straight in the middle. You notice he has a pencil in his mouth? What is he doing with a pencil in his mouth? The artwork even makes me want to read this book. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Giggle, giggle, quack. Okay, let's see. Farmer Brown was going on vacation. He left his brother Bob in charge of the animals. Whoa, it's hard for farmers to take a vacation. He must really trust his brother Bob. Yeah. Looks like he's going through a list. He's got a clipboard showing his brother Bob what to do, you know. I wrote everything down for you. Just follow my instructions and everything will be fine. But keep an eye on Duck. He's trouble. Farmer Brown thought he heard giggles and snickers as he drove away, but he couldn't be sure. You guys know what giggles and snickers are. They're like small little laughs, like they didn't want him to hear. So he was feeling like he heard those kinds of things, but he thought maybe he was just worried and he was just hearing things. So let's see. Bob gave Duck a good long stare like this. Let him know I'm watching you, you know. He was like, I see you. And then he went inside. He read the first note. And it's what it says. Tuesday night is pizza night. Not the frozen kind. The hens prefer anchovies. And then he heard, giggle, giggle, cluck. Wait, what? Pizza night? Sounds a little suspicious, but, I mean, I guess different farmers take care of their animals different ways. What do you guys think? Oh, you think something's wrong? Oh, okay. All right. So you're having the same feeling as I am? Sounds suspicious? Okay, let's see. And the fact that the hens are giggling, like kind of like they're getting away with something. Ooh, you guys are smart. Okay, let's see. 29 minutes later, there was hot pizza in the barn. There was enough for everyone, you guys. Look, the cows, the pigs, the hens, they're all having some hot pizza. I bet you that delivery guy is like, what is going on? Bob checked on the animals before he went to bed. Everything was just fine. They had their electric blankets from Click Clack Moo. If you haven't read that story, read it and find out how the animals got electric blankets. It's very funny. Next note. Wednesday is bath day for the pigs. Wash them with my favorite bubble bath. Bubble bath, and dry them off with my good towels. Remember, they have very sensitive skin. Giggle, giggle, oink. Let's see. What do we see in the artwork? Oh, I see the pigs are going in. And I see there's Duck. He still has that pencil and a little paper under his other wing. But you guys, what do you think about that? The farmer saying, yeah, use my best soap for the pigs in my bathroom. I mean, are they going to go in his bathroom? Oh! Bob had all the pigs washed in no time. You guys, they are in the bathroom getting a bath. And look they're using Farmer Brown's good towels. Look, it says FB on the towels. F for Farmer, B for Brown. Those are his initials. Okay, this does still, yes, I agree, very suspicious. And the fact that the pigs are like giggle, giggle, like they're getting away with something, right? Uh-oh. Farmer Brown called home on Wednesday night to check in. Okay, good. Okay, let's see what happens. Did you feed the animals like I wrote in the note, he asked. Done, replied Bob, counting 7 empty pizza boxes. He did feed them like the note said. You guys think Farmer Brown wrote that note? Okay, some of you do and some of you don't. Okay, let's see. Did you see my note about the pigs? All taken care of, said Bob proudly. There was a note about the pigs, but why are they giggling? Yeah. Are you keeping a very close eye on Duck? He asked. Bob gave Duck a good long stare. Duck was too busy sharpening his pencil to notice. Wait, what? Sharpening his pencil? Have you guys ever had to sharpen your pencil? Yeah, but when? Oh, yes, usually after you've been using it. Duck has been carrying that pencil around, you guys. Why would Duck need to sharpen that pencil? Let's see. I'm real suspicious on Duck right now, especially because Farmer Brown said keep an eye on him. Just keep him in the house, ordered Farmer Brown. He's a bad influence on the cows. Giggle, giggle, moo. Giggle, oink. Giggle, quack. Now everybody's laughing. Everybody's laughing like they're getting away with something. Because they don't want Farmer Brown to hear. Or his brother Bob. Next note. Thursday night is movie night. It's the cow's turn to pick. Giggle, giggle, moo. Look at this picture, guys. Who is writing that note? Yep. It's Duck. Let's see what happened. Bob was in the kitchen popping corn just as the animals... Bob was in the kitchen popping corn. Just as the animals settled in to watch the sound of music, the phone rang. And it scared the hen. Look, she was sitting on it and she knocked it off. She kind of answered the phone on accident because she knocked it off the hook. All the animals are looking like, who is it? The only thing Farmer Brown heard on the other end was giggle, giggle, quack, giggle, giggle, moo, giggle, oink. Uh-oh. Duck! Screamed Farmer Brown. Farmer Brown has figured out the animals are up to no good, and Duck has been writing. Something's wrong, is what he's figured out. Oh, Duck wrote another note. After Farmer Brown yelled, Duck wrote a note. It says, "It's for you, Bob." He's telling him the phone is for him. Because the animals are like, ah. And they're all giggling. Oh no, and look, this is Farmer Brown. Look. Oh shoot, sorry. Oh no, look at his face, guys. Yeah, he is angry. They're going to be in so much trouble. Oh my gosh, that's a good book. Aw, Duck, I knew it. I knew it, Duck. I knew Farmer Brown wasn't going to let the pigs take a bath in his bath. What? So who was the main character? Did you guys guess it? Yes, it was Duck. You're right. Duck, writing all those notes. Today, guys, we are going to make our craft. It is time to make our craft. I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're going to make the main character of the story, Duck. You're going to get to create him. You can create him different ways using a paper plate. You can use paper. If you don't have a paper plate, just flat paper. You can use a paper bag too to make a puppet if you'd like. I'm going to show you my two different ducks that I made. I'm going to show you the shapes that you're going to need for each duck and kind of show you how to put it together a little bit. But I don't want you to get bored and I don't want it to take too long. So are you ready? Okay, good. Here we go. If you do need to take a restroom break, please do. I have all my materials here. I will tell you, you will need glue, scissors, pencil, maybe markers, crayons, and I think that's it. If you have paper, like I said, paper plate or paper bag. So my little duck, here he is. I'll hold him back for you. Oh, you noticed, yes, he's holding the pencil in his mouth, just like the story. So you'll notice, and I'll hold it close, this is a paper plate. It's one paper plate. Yeah, yep. And I cut the curved edges off to make the wings. See, these are the wings right here. Yep. And I use, oh, I forgot to tell you about cotton. If you have cotton, I use this to make a little fluffy feather on top of his head. So that's one of the duck crafts you can create today. Or you could create it on a paper bag and make a puppet. So basically on the paper bag, you don't need as many pieces, but you can do the puppet, you can reenact the story. So those are the two crafts you get to make today. Now, one thing I did forget to get for myself is my paper plate. So if you'll please wait. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so I have my paper plate. So for this duck, I would like for you on the back of your paper plate in the middle, so on the back of your paper plate, which will be round still, you'll put your name on the back in the middle, just so that you know, okay, that's mine, in case your family members are all making one. You don't want them to get mixed up. But anyway, so once you have your name on the back in the middle, then what you will do is I'm going to show you the steps to making the duck I just showed you. So I'm going to show you my paper plate, and I want you to notice on this paper plate I started up at the top with a straight edge. I just used an envelope, or you could use a ruler, but I basically made a line, a slant line. So it starts here and it goes wider at the bottom. So the bottom is wider than the top. And then all you will do, and family, please feel free to help here. And then all you do with your scissors is cut a straight line. This is very good practice for your cutting skills. And when you cut, I'm showing you this part on the cutting, on how to cut, because I want you to see what happens after you cut this. You're going to see that once you've cut these pieces apart, you now have the body of the duck and the two wings. These are the two wings, and they will end up getting glued on the back. But see that? So you have the body and the two wings. Perfect. You will need a neck, which is the shape of a rectangle, not too big, shape of a white rectangle. Okay. You will also need a head, which I'm going to show you how to draw. So what I'm going to do is move the body and the neck over, so it's out of the way. And on the head, what I did was it looks kind of like a light bulb or something. So what I did was I started here, kind of in the middle of that, and I just made a hump. And then I just curved in and up, like that. And if you're like right now, I think that's too curved in. I might make it a little bit rounder. Like that. Okay. And then what you do is you're going to cut that shape out. Now once you cut this shape out, and I'll trace this so you can kind of get a better eye on it. So you, again, make a hump. Down. And then you just kind of curve in. So it's narrower at the bottom. Kind of like a light bulb. I don't know why it looks like a light bulb to me. Then after you have that, there's your head. You will cut that out. You will then draw a beak. You notice I have a square shaped orange piece of paper. If you do not have colored paper, you can use white paper and then make your shape and color it the color you need, just to remind you of that. So you might need crayons. But anyway, back to our shapes. On this, all I did, I'm going to trace over how I drew it. I just went from one corner and I made a triangle. See? And then I put little slanted lines for the holes in his bill that help him to breathe. And you'll cut that out and it will end up going on the end of his head right here. So it will look like it will be his beak. If it's too wide, like notice my bottom of my head is a little bit narrower, you can trim it narrower so it fits his face a little bit better. Up to you. So there's the beak. Okay, so you've got your head, your beak, your neck. Okay. Then what you will need next are his legs and his feet. Now you might notice in my example, his legs, and I'm going to show this to you. His legs are pretty long, kind of long, and you'll notice they're a little bendy. So one thing I wanted to show you was, if you're like, well, what size of orange paper do I use? Remember, it's your creation. So you can do it as big as you want, as short as you want, up to you. But what I did, I'm sorry, this is a full piece of orange paper. And what I did was I folded it in half, like that. And I used just a half of a piece of orange paper, and I made the legs as long as this. On this piece of orange paper that I have in front of me, I'm going to show you how I drew the feet and the legs. I'm going to show you how I drew it. I'm going to just draw one though, just to give you the idea of how I drew it so that it was easy. Basically what I did was I made, it looks like an N, kind of. Okay, so two humps. And then from this side of this hump, I slanted up. And then I slanted up. It looks like I'm about to make a mountain, but don't. Because then from there, I'm going to go straight up. And then straight up to the top of the orange paper. And then I'm going to put a line. And then what you'll do is you'll cut it out. And after you cut it out, you will use, you will go on the leg part, this long leg part. If you want to make it bendy like the one I just showed you, all you have to do is you fold, like the foot is at the bottom. So the foot's at the bottom, okay? You would, after you cut it out, you'd fold, then forward, then backward, then forward, then backward, then forward. And you'll notice when I open this up, let me just show you, it's kind of like the leg, like I showed you. So that's how you make that effect on the leg if you want to do that. You don't have to, but you can. So that I wanted to show you how to do that. The other shape you will need is his pencil. So if you notice in my example, he has a little pencil sticking right out of his mouth there. So all you have to do for the pencil, it's a rectangle with a triangle on top. I'll show you what I mean. So you will have a rectangle. You don't want to make it too big. So you'll have a rectangle. like this. So there's your rectangle, and then a triangle on top. And then you can just kind of color the tip dark like a pencil. It doesn't have to be red. You'll notice in my other example, I actually have 2 examples of this. I actually made my pencil whatever color I wanted. In this example, I made it pink, so it's up to you. And finally, so here's what we have. Let me show you all the pieces you need, all the shapes you're gonna need. Let me make sure, let's see if you can see it all. Okay, so you've got your pencil. You're gonna need 2 legs, 2 of these legs. I just was showing you how to draw it. You'll need your head, the triangle for the beak. This is a rectangle for the neck. And then this is the main part, the paper plate, so you'll need those pieces. But then, sorry, this was, I'm so sorry. That is my phone. Oh my goodness. Was it still recording? Oh my God. Hi. I am so sorry about my phone. I can't believe it rang. I really apologize. That happens sometimes, doesn't it? I'm so sorry. Well, what I wanted to just show you before what I wanted to show you was that for all the pieces that I showed you for this duck, I want to show you my example so you can see how to glue them on. So for example, I wanted you just to see, and if I already showed you this, I'm sorry, my phone just really threw me off there. So just to notice that the legs are glued on the back, the wings are glued on the back, the neck, the head is glued onto the neck, the beak is onto that bottom part of the head that's narrower, and then the pencil is under his beak like he's holding in his mouth, and his little fluffy feathers on top of his head. Now, if you are going to be doing, if you'd like, you can do the puppet duck, which only needs the wings, which is out of white paper. You need a bill, which, as you can see, I used orange paper and measured right across the flap to make sure it's the right width, not too wide. And then you want to make sure when you glue it, you only glue it on the flap so that you don't accidentally glue the mouth of your puppet shut, because then it won't open. Your pencil can be right here. I drew the eyes as circles again and put the little hump there. Did the eyes the exact same way, put the little fluffy feathers on the top of his head. And you can act out the story if you want. One of the things that I thought was really funny was about the story is the duck is writing notes that people would not expect a duck to be able to write notes. So you could do that at home with your family. You could write a note to somebody in your family that would make them smile. Put it somewhere they wouldn't expect to find a note. For example, my husband, I'm going to give him a note. But since the book's about animals writing notes, I'm pretending our dog Sammy wrote it to him. And it says, "Dear Kevin, can you please ask the cat to stop kicking me out of my bed? Love, Sammy." And I put his little paw print there. And I'm going to put it in my husband's like sock drawer or something where he would never expect to find a note from our dog. Or you could, you know how the pigs had that special bath in the story? You could pretend to be one of the pigs, and when it's bath time, and be like, "Oh, I'm going to get myself all clean and dry off with your special towel, take a special toy into the bath with you, use your special soaps, get yourself all squeaky clean." Or I remember they had pizza in the story. Maybe your family is interested in learning how to make a pizza, and you could work together to make a pizza. I have some friends that make really good pizza, and that might be fun to do. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you enjoyed the crafts. Again, I apologize for my phone going off during story time. And I can't wait to see you next week. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you. Goodbye, dear readers. Goodbye to you. See you next time.